Hello everyone, I will be explaining the warm-up through the video. I know it's not ideal, but this is what we are going to do today. This is definitely not going to happen every class period. Today is a special case, but because it's a video, you can pause me, rewind, I don't know, speed up if that's what you want to do. For the warm-up, this is reviewing what we were talking about last week. We are going to add and subtract the polynomials. So for number one, the first thing that I like to do whenever I have a problem like this is just get rid of the parentheses. So to do that, I am going to just rewrite exactly the same problem without the parentheses. So you can see that I've done that. And then I am going to go through, I can change colors to make it very clear what I'm doing. I'm going to go through and underline based on the variables. So with my r's, I'm just going to keep it a straight line. Because it's an r squared, I'm going to underline it twice. With this 5r, I'm just going to underline it once, because there's one r, and then this negative 12 has no r's, so I'm going to leave that underline blank. That 6r has 1, that negative 10r squared has 2, and then that negative 8 is, again, there's no variables. So afterwards, I'm going to combine like terms, which means I'm only going to combine the terms that have the same exact underlines. So here in this case, it is going to be the r squared, so the 1r squared, and the negative 10r squared. So 1 minus 10 is going to give me negative 9r squared. And then I'm going to go to my one underline, which is 5r here, plus 6r here, which is going to give me 11r's. And then my final terms with no underlines at all, I have negative 12 minus 8, which is going to give me negative 20. So this is going to be my final answer for number 1. For number 2, we're going to do something very similar. We are going to just go through and get rid of the parentheses. But this is a special case, right? I'm going to write that first group by itself. And by group, I just mean the terms inside the parentheses. That's just going to be my first group. So I have 29xy squared minus 15x squared plus 9y, and I have a negative here, right? So I'm going to have to distribute this negative into every term inside my second group, or my second parentheses. So I have negative times negative 7y, which is positive 7y, and negative times positive 12xy squared, which is negative 12xy squared. And then I'm going to go through and do my underlining business. So I have, I just like to go in alphabetical order actually. So I'm going to have one x here. So with my x's, I'll do a straight underline. And I have two x's here because it's x squared. I have one x in this final term as well. And then I'm going to go through and address the y variables. So I just like to go in alphabetical order, like I said earlier. For my y's, I have to switch up my underline. I can either do a different color. I just like to do this squiggly shape, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And there are two y's here, right? There's a y squared, so I am going to underline it with the squiggly line twice. Here I have one y, and here I have one y. And here I have two y's again. And like I said, the squiggly does not have to be perfect. In my next step, I'm going to combine the terms that have exactly the same underlines. So I'm going to start with just the terms that have the most underlines. In this case, it's the 3 underlines here. It's the one straight line and the 2 squigglies, or the x, y squareds. So I have 29 here, and then I have negative 12 here. 29 minus 12 is 17, and then I'm just going to copy the variables down exactly the same. And then I'm going to address the next number of underlines, which is the 2 underlines right here, but I don't have anything else that has that same underline pattern, so I'm just going to leave that one alone. And then finally we have our last underline, which is just the one squiggly by itself. So I have 9 plus 7, which is going to give me 16. And then I'm just going to copy down that variable. So my final answer for number 2 is going to be 17xy squared minus 15x squared plus 16y.